What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Alex Thomas here, back with another review for you guys. I'm here to review Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, the sequel to the very first Home Alone, directed by Chris Columbus, starring Macaulay Culkin, Joe Pesci, Daniel Stern. Most of the returning cast came back, but we got some new people coming into this film. We got Tim Curry, Rob Schneider. We got the pigeon lady that is free. That when I saw it as a little kid, she did freak me out. This is basically a rehash of the first movie. This is basically a remake of the first movie, or would you say kind of a copy of the first movie. But I'm gonna go ahead and guys give you my thoughts on the film. I'm gonna also give you some of my favorite scenes, give you some of my favorite moments of the film, give you some childhood memories when I used to watch this movie, because I did watch this movie a little bit more than the first film when I was little. Somehow I watched this over and over and over again for some reason. But this is one of my favorite Christmas movies, one of my favorite childhood movies of all time, because like I said, I wanted to be Kevin when I was a little kid. So let's go ahead and get this to review. Hope you guys enjoyed. Do you guys like my hat? This is actually Kevin's hat from the first film. I got it in a two-movie pack from Home Alone 2 and Home Alone 1 and 2 in this Blu-ray pack. Hope you guys like that. So let's go ahead and get into the review, guys. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's go ahead and start with the plot. Like I said, this is Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, basically starring Macaulay Culkin as Kevin McAllister, and he basically gets left behind again by his parents, but instead of being left at home, he accidentally gets split from his family at the airport, and he ends up getting on the wrong plane. His family is going to Florida. He ended up going to New York. And the one thing I want to say I love about this film is that it takes the same concept of the first film, but kind of expands it and makes it grander in this film, which sequels were meant to be. Basically, it's the first movie, just make it bigger. And that's basically what Home Alone 2 did. And another thing I do love about this film, they brought everyone back. John Williams does the score again, which is fantastic as well. Chris Columbus directs it again. Daniel Stern is back as Marv. Joe Pesci is back as Harry. Macaulay Culkin is back as Kevin. So it basically has the same story, basically the same cast and everything, but it's just basically put in a different location. And that's the one thing I do love about this film, is that Kevin McAllister is basically doing what he does best, tormenting these two burglars that's trying to do something bad. And that's the one thing I do love about this film. Going to another thing I do love is that it's a very entertaining movie. That doesn't mean it's better than the first movie. I don't think this movie is better than the first movie, but it's very entertaining. Tim Curry in this movie is gold. He is such a comic, he's so funny in this movie. The way he delivers his lines, every line just sounds so better when he says it. Got a pizza for you for the Plaza Hotel. It's just like his little lines that he says during this whole thing, this whole film, is amazing. The scene where he walks in on Kevin, and Kevin sets up the whole thing where he has the clown in the shower, and Tim Curry's like literally like a little rat walking into the hotel trying to figure out what's going on with this little kid. It's hilarious. And obviously the scene where they finally catch Kevin, and Kevin does the same thing he did in the first movie, where he plays the movie, the same movie, kind of the same movie franchise, and plays the trick on all the people in the hotel. It's hilarious. Merry Christmas, you filthy animal, and a Happy New Year. Like, just, it's hilarious. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get some of my gripes about the film. Like I said, this movie isn't better than the first movie, because the first movie was like a lightning. It was a lightning in a bottle. It was gold. It was perfect. It knocked everything out of the park when it comes to the script, the music, the acting, and everything. This movie is that, like I said, it's not better than the first movie, but the problem with this movie is that it's basically the same film as the first one. It's basically the same thing. The same scenarios happen in the movie. It happens the same thing. The mom realized Kevin is missing kind of the same way. Some of the shots in the movie is basically a corporate copy of the first movie when it comes to certain shots in the movie, which I understand if you're trying to go for a certain synthetic for the movie, like a certain theme. Like, these are exact, you know you're watching Home Alone. Like the opening shot when you see the house, this is basically the same shot from the house. When you see everyone running out through the house, it's basically the same shot. Even when the parents wake up again, wake up late again, it's the same thing. But the funny thing about this, they kind of look at the camera and scream at the audience, because we know everyone has seen Home Alone. Another problem I have with this movie and I'm sorry to say, it is Macaulay Culkin's acting. And when Home Alone came out, he became a megastar, kind of too much for a 10-year-old kid. So when he came back for this film, he knew he was too cool for school. So the way he's delivering his lines, he doesn't have that much emotion when he's giving out these lines, in my opinion. Everything, he sounds so monotone throughout the entire film when he's delivering his line. He doesn't feel like he has any character. You just feel like, I'm Macaulay Culkin, I'm the coolest kid in the 90s, and I'm gonna just deliver my lines the way I want to deliver them. And I don't know if that's even a fault of Christopher Columbus, or if it's a fault of Macaulay Culkin just being too big for his own good. That's one of my major gripes about the movie. Because when I rewatch it now as an adult, I really want more emotion from Kevin going through this scenario, because he's going through a lot in this movie with being in a big city like New York by himself, dealing with all these type of things, and he doesn't really give that much emotion when he delivers his lines. That's really some of my nitpicks about the movie. Like I said, I really do enjoy this film. I watched this movie a lot as a kid. I had it on a videotape. It's funny, I think this movie and Life with Mikey was on the same tape. So I kind of watched both those movies back to back to back, because I was a big Macaulay Culkin fan and I was a big Michael J. Fox fan. So I watched both of those movies on one tape back to back to back. I'm surprised I didn't destroy that tape. Me and my brother, we know the lines to every single line in this movie. I really do find this movie very entertaining. Like I said, the end scene where the burglars are robbing this toy store and Kevin just confronts them, throw the brick through the wall, and after the chase ensues, when they get to the house, everything after that, it is pure gold. Like from Marv, like literally falling into the basement, getting electrocuted, from Harry, like trying to check every doorknob because he's scared to get his hand burnt again, to end up him getting his head burnt again, and then dunking his head in the toilet and the house exploding, basically. It's kind of hilarious. Like I said, they do kind of up the ante sometimes, because some of these things, they should be dead. They literally has a tool chest smashed them into a door, into the wall. Like, they should be dead throughout some of these scenarios. Kevin literally throws like 5 bricks at Marv. It's hilarious because he just continuously to do it. And he should literally have a concussion. He literally should not be able to get up from all that. But that's just another little hokiness of the film that we just supposed to accept, because Kevin is just supposed to be able to do this stuff. Overall, like I said, this movie is not better than the first one, but it is entertaining. It's a great double feature. If you wanted to watch Home Alone, then watch Home Alone 2 back to back. I really do encourage it, because it's really a good back-to-back kind of film to watch. It really is, because basically it's the same movie. He gets left behind again, and he goes through a whole bunch of crazy things. But like I said, another thing that really do feel about this movie, you really want to be Kevin in this scenario, because he's really doing things we wanted to do. He has unlimited money when he takes his dad's credit card. He literally checks into the Plaza Hotel, one of the fanciest hotels in New York. He literally has endless room service. He literally he goes to one of the most craziest looking toy stores in New York City, and just, you know, it's crazy. Another small thing I want to talk about in this movie, that this movie has one of the best cheese pizzas I've ever seen in a movie ever. And it makes me want a cheese pizza right now. And it's crazy. But like I said, overall, I really do enjoy Home Alone 2. Like I said, it's not better than the first movie, but it's a very entertaining movie. I really do highly recommend watching Home Alone 2 if you like the first one. But like I said, it's not better than the first one. It's very enjoyable. Like I said, there are some funny scenes in the movie. Like I said, there's a scene in the movie where Macaulay Culkin's he got caught from basically with credit card fraud. He left the hotel and he's walking through the streets of New York. And he like literally runs to all the most horrible people. He literally runs to like 2 hookers. He runs a homeless guy that's like just scares him out of nowhere. Then he runs to a taxi, and the guy in the taxi looks even horrifying. He has like literally like a missing eyeball or something like that. And this Kevin's delivery when he looks at him, it's hilarious. It really is. And then he runs into the pigeon lady, which makes it even more horrifying. But like I said, it's certain little scenes like that makes this movie memorable. But like I said, it's a very entertaining movie. I really do highly recommend it. If you guys have seen Home Alone 2, let me know what's your favorite scene from Home Alone 2. If you think this movie is better than the first one, I would love to hear that in the comment section below. Which one is your favorite from the first one, the second one? I really love to know that as well. If I had to give it a score, I'd probably give it a 7.5 out of 10. like I said, it is a very enjoyable movie, but it's basically the same movie as the first one, which is one of my small nitpicks of the movie. It's basically the same thing, just put in a different location. It kind of got the same. It's funny. It's made by Chris Columbus. He did the first 2 Harry Potter films, and both those Harry Potter films kind of feel like the same thing. They feel like they're the same movie, just with certain different plot points in them. They kind of have the same beats. But, I mean, that's what it is. What it is. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Please hit that like button. Please subscribe for more. Let me know what you thought of this review in the comment section below. And I'm out with you guys. Peace.